Hello everybody, thank you for joining us. Today we'll be doing a quick sketch of Loki. And Loki is Thor's half brother from the Marvel Universe. So if you have your pencils all set, we will begin with an oval. So let's place that oval somewhere here. Let's get ourselves a pair of horns. So we are doing a sketch in which he's looking toward this side, so there'll be a bit of perspective on one of these horns, and they'll just be that. So this is wider and this is not as wide. So in a moment we'll see how this works out. So this is a quick sketch, and what we have is a character from the Thor mythology, but in fact it's just from mythology itself. Loki is supposed to be the deity of the god of mischief, and this has been portrayed in different ways and different themes. Even in the movie Mask, we had a particular time frame in which the hero took his powers from the god of mischief. So Loki is the in the Thor mythology, or let's say in the Marvel universe, in this case, in this particular case, he is Thor's adopted half brother, adopted by their father Odin, and it's something of a convoluted thing because I never really got how, but he is supposed to be the child of one of the frost giants. So the frost giants are giants. What we're doing here is I'm just doing the cape first, because I know that the most fun I'll have in this is drawing his face, which is his most recognizable feature in the comics. There's been many different costumes, and this is just one of them. So we're just trying to put together some sort of acceptable version. Those somewhat threatening shoulder pieces, these are metal, and there's his cape flung over. He has a ring here, and on this is again metal but decorative element depicting a court jester. So Loki, essentially, who is the god of mischief, is also portrayed as a jokester, so hence this court jester thing going. We have his very recognizable horns, so I'm giving a little separation there at the end. Let's crunch that a little too much at the end there. And this plate here is again depicted differently by various artists. Loki was created by the great Stan Lee, and I believe this goes all the way back to the 60s. If you're just talking about Marvel's standard timeline, like in which Loki appeared. So I think it was in the 60s that he was created by Stan Lee, and he became instantly a mainstay in the Thor universe. So he's a character who has these extremes in the sense that he has been both ally, on and off ally to Thor, or let's say at that time, in those particular instances, playing anti-hero. And I believe that even in the movies, which are of course not necessarily exactly true to the comics, and here is the standard devious Loki smile that we need to put down. So the easy way to get around it, so there's the teeth, just a portion of them can be shown like that, standard comic practice, and portion of the teeth right here, underlip, some lines. I particularly enjoy his presence in the comics. Once, I mean, he was also weirdly resurrected as in a woman's say like so Loki also was portrayed by a woman, so meaning that it is the entity and not necessarily the gender that is defining this character. So that was to me, I mean, it was not very understandable, but again, not all things in comic books make sense. So we have these metal antlers, and we are going to just do that. Putting in some wavy lines here and some straight lines. Definitely some straighter lines here. Wavy lines and straight lines work with metal, so we're casting some kind of shadow here right under the metal. You should check this out actually, because Loki, again, many varying costumes over the years, and which is okay. As I mentioned, that the antlers are the recognizable feature when it comes to his costumes. I believe that those are elements of his garb that have remained constant through his different versions. So this is as you mentioned, a quick sketch, and in a quick sketch we put down tones and fills very, very quickly. That is how you will see this happen at conventions, for example. And if we have to really outline elements in Loki's garb and really make it detailed, yes, we can take some time, and in that case, of course, we'll be able to use more crosshatch. But right here, since we want to get this done very quickly, so the shadow falling toward this side, and we are trying to put in the tones and fills accordingly. Okay. Loki is not in all his comic versions never over muscled, just has enough muscle tone to make it a standard comic book practice or a pop culture practice. Let's put in some tone into these little guys here. So tones essentially flowing to one side, some shadow cast under those discs. Just running off the crosshatch here in the different places. And that should pretty much actually do it, because let's put in a bit of crosshatch here again. We essentially did this with a thinner and just a slightly fatter marker. We could put in, if you wish, some additional tones here. Using a thinner point here just to and I think that's about it. This should be sufficient for now. And of course, you could check out his different images and see if there's a version that you really like and you can really work on. Usually he is a lot of fun to draw because of the garb and because of the royalty and the mischief going side by side. So thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, keep in touch. Have yourself a wonderful day.